Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. It's actually Friday when we're doing this because Saturday is supposed to be really nasty rainy. We're right on the edge of the snow mix. It's probably going to be so miserable I won't even want to come out and start the stove. We don't have a whole lot of firewood left. We don't have a whole lot of small wood, kindling wood. Okay, we're going to start off with what we've done with the sander lately. I'm probably done making videos about the sander. I'm kind of tired of it, but you'll see it in use in projects. Okay, this is my fro I made for wood. This is not hardened steel. I do have a video on this where I welded 3 pieces of steel together, and you can actually still see it in there. But I painted this part, and this is done on the belt sander. If you remember when I was showing on the end where it kind of dips down where I did the tomahawk. So, this is kind of a... Gotta remember, convex, concave caves in like that. This is convex. It rolls over. So if you looked at it, it's at an angle. I can get close-ups with this camera that focuses, but it still kind of has like a roll, a curve to it. Said it's just a tool for splitting kindling wood, and it works great for small kindling wood. Way better than chopping away with a knife. I mean, I really like this tool. I wish I could weigh it. Somehow I do not have a scale. I need a small scale to weigh stuff, so I can let y'all know what it weighs. But really nice. Put a little more than one more wrap of the ace tape on it. I mean, really nice tool. Okay, we did that. Okay, we did this big chisel. This is a Crowder, if I pronounce it right. C-R-A-E-U-T-E-R, made in the USA. I don't know if that'll focus. Now this we did a special purpose to it, or did it a special way. This does not have your average normal angle. See how it's kind of ramps? It's kind of bevels over that way. You can see it. Okay, we use this on when we did the hangers on our leaf springs on our truck. We had to lift the box up a little bit to get a bolt out, the way they put the bolt in, you know how they do. And we drove this between the brace on the box and the frame. Well, we redesigned it a little bit better. So you could cut a bolt with this, but that's what I wanted to design for. Say you had something that you could get something started in, you want to split 2 parts apart, like a big housing for a bearing or something. It'd have to be something that you don't care about womping on with a big chisel. But I think you get the idea why I made it that way. And this is also done on the belt sander, with the belt running this way and just getting there and kind of doing like that motion. Okay, we did that. Of course, here's the punches we've done. We did a video on that, the homemade one. This is a 1144 stress proof. It's kind of a cheaper grade of tool still, but it can be hardened, which was a success. This is that cheapy one. I've got loads of these cheapy ones. Now this is a keen cutter chisel. K-E-E-N and then cutter spelled with a K. Keen cutter. Now they make kitchen knives and kitchen stuff. I know I've seen stuff for the kitchen made with this company. We're not completely done yet. We kind of messed it up. We're trying to use the disc sander to get the right angle because the belt's just so aggressive. So we're not completely done with it, but it is sharp. And I have cut many bolts to this. I've probably had this thing. I know I've had this over 25 years or more of my life. I've had this since the 80s. I have cut bolts off with this thing. Probably a few hardened steel exhaust bolts if I remember. Cut the heads off to get a manifold off an engine where the bolts wouldn't come out. So, with that said, it's a nice tool to have. Back when steel was made out of good stuff. Okay, enough of that, the sander stuff. Excuse me. I am congested. We're going to be putting the wheel bearings in our 2004 Cavalier. I'm going to find some help to do it. I need somebody to help me do the muscle work. I could do the brain work, loosen bolts and stuff, but we're tired of paying like $100 labor to have a wheel bearing put in it. I need a 3/8 for the caliper. That's this one. So I'm going to I already had pictures taken on that label. I cannot tell you the price because I used the coupon on one of them. So like say this was $8. These are probably $10 to $12 or something. Because this is what holds the bearing in. A Torx 55. And trust me, these are hard to get off. I took a screwdriver and I pried really hard on this. I mean, I barely stuck it back on there, them ridges. This is not how I want to store these. I'm going to get a socket organizer or something because I don't really have room in the top of my toolbox, not to brag, but it's so full of old tools and sockets and everything that it's full up on the top of my box. If I took a picture, it'd be like, man. But I got a lot of stuff I've collected over the years. But I also have Harbor Freight sockets in there, 3/8 drive and 1/4" drive now. So I'll have a picture of that, what these are, if anybody's interested. Remember, I don't get paid by any companies. I don't own no stock in Harbor Freight. Okay. We'll pause. We'll be right back. We're looking at the timer. We're going to show you our new camera bag for the new camera. Okay. Here's our old camera bag for the old Canon. It's made by Low Pro. And we just want to show you because we've had this 4 years. That's why I bought the same product. I mean, this has been a nice case. It's padded back here and it's kind of hard shelled here is where I'd always put the lens. Okay, then there's the compartment you can put your extra memory card. You can't fit no AA batteries. That's what this runs off of. Might as well show this. I did take some PC7 epoxy. It took like 2 days to cure completely hard, but I did have a video on that, PC7. It's a little bit different JB Weld, but the working time is what I like. Because I took a stick and my finger, you can wet it to smooth this out. So this is maybe sand a little bit. I really roughed up the brass. I put a little bit of cheap epoxy to hold the nut here and let it cure it overnight. So the nut was where I wanted it, okay? So then I ground most of that all out of the way because I just wanted the nut held in place. Then I put this around it. So I have tested. I have put a bolt on it, kind of pried. I put it on the tripod and kind of yanked on it. So we're all good to go with a backup camera. Get that out of the way. Okay, here's my new camera case. All they had was camo. This is the Low Pro. It's called the Tahoe. We'll just pause on that in case we could take a picture. Probably 12 bucks at Best Buy. They had a hard case one. It's called like the Santiago. It's way too big. I mean, it's too big for my camera. It's too big that I want to carry. But here's where you put your battery at, which I do have a spare battery. I bought when I had to order it. It took about a week to get. And I did number them. Here's the one that came with the camera. The one I ordered, it has a 2 on it with a Sharpie marker. Just a tip there to keep track of your batteries, what they are. Okay, here's the inside of this one. This one has a lot of padding in here. I know it's hardly no way to measure it, but it's thick. There's a lot of padding right here is where I'm going to put the screen against. Okay, now this side's real flimsy. See how flimsy that is? Well, we come up with a solution. First, we took some of this. We have this from packing something. We have a whole bunch of this stuff. I even have some that's like 1 inch thick. We got this for down because the bottom's really thin. Okay, we got a piece down the bottom in case we ever dropped it this way. Hopefully, if it hit that way, it would a little bit of shock absorber. And we made this little padded thing with some old t-shirt camo stuff, and we put that in here. Maybe we're here. Let's get you up in here a little more. So we don't have to be professional today on these videos. There you go. We put that over in what I call the lid, the cover part. So when you put your camera here, lens goes this way, screen goes that way. Fits nice and snug. When you zip it up, it stays puffed out because it's packed now with foam here. So I'm very happy with it. Excuse me, had to do it again. I don't know if you can see how they wrap that cord through there. There's 2 holes in this thing. If you can see how they put the rope through there, I think you can. So then they got heat shrink tubing. Then they cut with a hot knife, melt it. So there's a trick for you. Like paracord shoelaces, put some heat shrink tubing. I've seen the adhesive kind they're putting on that big rope now, where they just loop it through there and they heat it, and the glue in that supposedly will hold whatever 1,000 pounds or whatever. It comes with military spec cord, which I have an order and I'll wait to get. Next week, hopefully, I'll show you some paracord I've got, a little camp stove, and a nice saw. Here's one of my S-Binders, one of the littlest ones. Very handy with that loop. I mean, you can loop it on, hang it up somewhere. In fact, my other camera was hanging up on the bench just a while ago. So, there's that. I could take a picture with the camera down in there to post so you can see what it looks like when the camera's shoved in there. But bring that back over here. I suppose you could put a something here to kind of tack with the thread there, but I'm not worried. Like I said, you can't see down in there, but I showed you where I put that piece in the bottom, so that's nice. It's got that extra piece in there. I kind of got it off-centered there, get it flat down in there. Said, it's a little hassle if that pops out there once in a while, but it's worth it. So there you go. That's that Digicamo. If I hold it still, you could probably see the other day I was making a video of this on the bench. It kind of looks like it's trying to pixelate a little bit. Because that's that pixel camo. I've seen pictures and stuff that where the guy's hiding out in the brush with that on. But I'm not one to get into the military green and stuff. I like black, but I couldn't pass it up. I mean, the price for it, and it's really nice. I can walk around with it in my hand like this. You know, kind of like that when I'm ready before I use my camera. Or my left hand because I'm right-handed. So I kind of walk around like this and carry my camera. You know, a little bit more secure than just, or stick this over your finger. But enough of that. We beat that to death. So I guess that's about it. That's all I really got. Like I said, here's where I use the material. I wore the t-shirt till I wore the neck out. There's the logo, the Mossy Oak camo. I've got a Real Tree camo one, and this will all be made in a, this is just a dust rag, but almost all of it will be made into something. Nice camouflage cloth to make little tote bags or something. So, thanks again for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.